What's up, guys? Today we were talking about that sub 2 hour half marathon, how to get it. We're gonna tell you some workouts specifically to train, working on that pace that you really need to hit, both in miles and kilometers per hour. And then we're also gonna give you some or some race tips day of to make sure that you get under the 2 hour mark. So when we start thinking about this sub 2 hour half marathon, which is a really big milestone for a lot of us, we need to break down what the actual pace is, because we need to start thinking about, being able to run that, especially in shorter distances, and even faster for even shorter distances, to be able to put this thing together for the actual race. So when we start to think about this sub 2 hour marathon, it actually boils down to a 9-minute 10-second mile, or about a 5-minute 43-second kilometer. And that's good to sort of know from this average pace. Now, the one thing I will say, this is going to come in handy when I talk about the workouts we're going to do and we talk about the race itself. What this means is that the entire workout you've done, you're averaging that 9-minute 10-second pace, including the walk break. So for those of you who have that auto pause in your Garmin, take heed, because when you take those walk breaks out, it kind of automatically floats up that pace a little bit. So we're going to take that honest 9-10 minute mile, and we'll be talking about some workouts you need to do that are going to help get you there, as well as some race day tactics. Holly's going to be handling that to help you out. Now, there's really going to be 3 primary runs that we're going to need to hit to nail this thing. And the first run we're going to talk about is our long run. Now, there's a lot of variation in terms of the specific distances we need to hit. So I'm going to be a little bit more general about that, but I'm going to talk about how you can change the pacing in this run so that you can get yourself ready for that race pace, that 9-minute 10-second mile, or that 5:43 minute kilometer. What I want to think about basically is this, whether I'm running upwards of 9, 10, 11 miles, I'm more experienced and I feel good running 11, 12, 13 miles or plus. What I want to start thinking about is running at race pace for progressively longer periods of time as I get closer to my actual race. And a good ballpark to shoot for, that 4 to 2 weeks outside your race, you want to be hitting about 30 minutes of race pace effort at the end. Guys, I'm giving a broad brush here. This is a good place to start. There's going to be a lot of variability for all of you guys, but this is a good place to start first. And I say this for a few reasons. One, I want to make sure that I'm not trying to run that 9-10 minute mile all the time. It's a total disaster if we try to run race pace all the time, because that's where we get burnout, we tend to actually get injured, and our training doesn't really progress. So it's really important for the majority of your long run to be slower, to be in that 10-minute, 10, 30, 11-minute mile. Let yourself start there, because you're going to get those aerobic adaptations that you need in the long run at those slower paces. And then you're just going to expose yourself to a little bit more time at race pace. And as I said, the 2 to 4 weeks out is prime time to start building up to 15, 20, 30 minutes of race pace or faster. That's also going to give me the confidence to run at that pace even when I'm fatigued at the end. So our other 2 runs need to also have some specific purpose as well. And purposes. Is it purpi? Can I say? Purposes, I don't know, anyway. But I need to have some specific direction of those other 2 runs, and ideally what I'd be hitting is a tempo run at least 1 day a week. And that tempo run is basically training my ability to sustain race pace and actually build some running strength and stamina to go even faster. We're not fully into the full-on run speed area of the spectrum, but it's just a little bit more this way. So what I'd be thinking about would actually be doing some runs and the 8:30 to 8-minute mile if I'm someone who's around that 9-10 pace. And I might say that could be your 10K pace, something like that. For those of you guys in the rest of the world who deals with the metric system, would be targeting closer to, say, a 5-minute per kilometer pace for those things. General rule to shoot for, I like to think about starting off with about 25 minutes worth of tempo total, maybe building upwards of 35 to 40 minutes or more of tempo towards the end. And I would say I might start my 25 minutes of tempo about 8 weeks out, and then build up to 40 about 2 weeks out of your race. And you could break it up into 5-minute intervals or 10-minute intervals, but I would look for that kind of slice of volume, training yourself to run faster than your 10K pace. The third run that I'll just say real quick is an easier shakeout run that's very mechanic and body focused, really working on good mechanics. I think there's a buzzsaw in the background. Guys, there's a buzzsaw in the background, but we're runners, we don't care. We're gonna go through it anyway. For that last run, we just want good mechanics, and we wanna give ourselves an opportunity to think about that. So I would have a day where you're focusing on running tall, breathing really well, swinging your arms nicely. We got a lot of great run cadence videos out there for you, and run technique videos. But basically, you're running, whatever you do all day is gonna show up on race day, right? So if I practice this all day, guess what? This is what my race photo is gonna look like at the end of the day. I need to be here, and that third run is just gonna be a good opportunity to practice that.
Hey guys, Holly here. I just have a few logistics for you to help you with that sub 2 hour half marathon. Just a couple things for race day to think about. Number one, I think first and foremost, we believe this to be the most important. Don't stop at the porta potties. If there's anything you can do not waste time there. No matter how fast you think you're going, or there's no line or whatever it is, that's a good 2 minutes at least right there that's coming off your time, that you really can control most of the time, especially if you're going sub 2 hours. So push that last bathroom break that you're gonna have before you take off to right before you start. That's number one. Number two, starting out pretty slow. For you, just starting off comfortably so that you can pick up speed throughout, and especially towards the end. You don't want to come out of the gates fast, especially on a half marathon. It never ends well that way. At the end of the race, the last push, just expect it to be brutal. You're trying to do sub 2 hours, and that's going to come with some grind at the end. So mentally preparing before you even go in that it's gonna kind of suck for that last bit. Knowing beforehand is way better than finding out when you're already suffering, and it's just playing catch up at that point. So know that going in. And lastly, any time that you're tired throughout the race, focus on what you can control. So mechanics, things that we've talked about, we've given you guys tips on, pushing your hips forward, using your hamstrings to engage, using the arm swing, head up tall, everything that you can think about, you have control over those things. So use those to your benefit when you're running. Don't just act like the race is just dragging you along, because you have put in the work, especially if you try these workouts we've given you. So think about these things, and you should have success on race day.
Hey guys, we have something for you. It's actually our half marathon training guide. We have packed this PDF with everything you need to know to have your best half marathon, from running workouts to the strength training you could do, to injury prevention tips. You can keep that body strong all the way through. All you need to do to get it is to click this link in this video. If you happen to be on your mobile, as they say in some areas of the world, you can click that link down in the description below. It'll take you to a page where you enter your name and email. We'll be able to send you that training guide so you can start going kicking butt in your training. Of course, if you like this video, let us know, hit that like button. Any comments or questions, drop a comment down below. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel, especially if you want to be in the know for all the future workouts we will be releasing. Once again, guys, thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next one.